Hannes is Hannes is in front of the Enir-Ilim great castle. He had burned the freaking shadowy thorns, and this is the thing to celebrate. The whole squad is celebrating with Hannes. Al from Death Note is now the voice of Lhutel.
Oga nods, a
Christoph
bit
chuckled
bewildered.
at the unexpected
It's still
choice
hard
of
to
voice.
wrap his mind around the
L
fact that
from Death
Luthel's
Note as
voice can be
Luthel's
changed
voice,
on
eh?
a whim,
That is an
but he
interesting
trusts Hannes'
choice.
judgment. Alright, so she
Lhutel,
now has
hello.
Al's
Hannes
voice from
nods,
Death Note.
accepting the
Got it.
change.
Your voice is now
Let's
different.
move.
It
All
is
right,
from the Al from Death Note.
I'm
Olga quirks an eyebrow.
Finlay's eyebrows
It's not
furrow
exactly
slightly,
the strangest
as if
thing you've
trying
seen
to
in a
process
while,
the name.
but it still
From
feels
Death Note?
odd.
Christoph
L,
chuckled
Death
again,
Note.
amused by
I
Hannes'
see.
observation.
That's a bold choice
Aye,
of a
we were just
voice.
discussing that. It is quite an unexpected choice for Lhutel, is it not?
Lhutel, hello. How are you doing, dude?
Lhutel lets out an exasperated sigh, her empty helmet inclined slightly in a gesture of mock irritation, as well as one can expect. She replies through the bond, her ghostly voice tinged with a hint of weariness. Surviving death takes its toll on you, you know?
I'm about to tell you, your voice is now from Al from Death Note, because your original voice that was a lot craspier and smoker-like was somehow like it was no longer on you. So, and I didn't find anything that had your name on it. So,
Ah, I see. She can't help but feel a faint pang of loss for her original voice, but she knows that there is nothing to be done about it now. Well, I suppose I shall have to get used to this new voice then. How do I sound?
it is good. It is great. It is great. But yeah, we are at the Enir-Ilim elevators in front. I have burned the shadowy thorns and such, and this is the time to celebrate for this achievement. You and the squad entire.
Indeed, it is a victory worth celebrating, she says through the bond, her spectral voice tinged with a hint of satisfaction. But let us not get complacent, she adds, a hint of warning in her words. We still have a long way to go, and more challenges await us.
Hannes jumps
Christoph
at
nodded,
the
awaiting the
elevator
continuation.
and
Continue.
in
Aye.
front of
Olga
them.
looks
Let
at
us
Hannes
see what
and
it
or rather
is.
Al, speaks in her
Is there a
typical
reason
calm
why you
stoic
chose the
manner.
voice of L?
Lead the way, my
Lhutel
liege.
watches as Hannes jumps at
That's
the
quite a
elevator,
change.
her empty helmet fixed on his form.
Christoph
Olga
looked up
stands
at
back
the
and
The
Yeah,
knights
she's
gather
awed
around
by
Hannes.
his
stoic
Their
expression on
exhaustion
his face.
He
replaces
watched
their
as the
sense
shadowy
of
He
doors
allows
triumph.
himself a
burned.
They
small
exchange
smile.
and then
weary
joined in the
smiles and offer
celebration with
words
the
of
others.
congratulations.
He
Their
high-fived
voices
several
Flames
of
from
the
the
hushed but
burned
full of
team
doors
pride.
and
cast
patted
flickering
each of them
shadows
on the
across
back.
their faces, making the moment seem almost mythical. His grip on his sword tightened slightly, a mixture of pride and anticipation coursing through him at the prospect of what comes next.
The path ahead is fraught with danger. Be careful, she calls through the bond, her ghostly voice filled with caution. Any number of traps or foes waiting for us on that elevator.
Okay, Hannes jumps on the elevator, and the entire squad seems to be afraid of the elevator, except Titche, the Black Knife assassin. She manages to walk on it bravely with Hannes. Hannes tries to show everyone it is fine, but everyone else refuses, but the Black Knife Titche.
Lhutel observes the
Finlay
remaining
walks
knights with a
and the rest
mixture
of the
of
squad
frustration
stood to
and
the side,
resignation.
listening
Small
She
to
can
moments
Hannes'
understand their
banter
fear,
back
but their
and forth.
refusal
Looks
to
like some of
follow
our
He couldn't
is
brothers
help but
slowing
chuckle
their
Now that
at
they
their
appear.
playful
He
insults,
calms
though he
himself
was
through
still
the
a bit
bond,
nervous
fingers
about
start
the
tinged
with
elevator.
irritation.
mouth.
He
We
hoped
must
that it would
all
hold
work
up.
together if we hope to succeed in our quest.
It is now us, and we walk in the Enir-Ilim's hall.
Hannes, Titche, and the other knights proceed cautiously through the Enir-Ilim hall. The atmosphere is tense, the air heavy with a sense of impending danger.
Oh, it is only you and I. I kneel before the freaking whatever this is, this altar of such. This place is full of altars, and it is very clean. It is the Enir-Ilim Tower in the Land of Shadows. What do you think of this place? This horns and palace of sorts.
Titche scans the area, her gaze taking in the details of the altar and palace halls. It's eerie. The horns, the altars. It feels like a place of power, but also one of great corruption.
Golden Order teachings are well suited in you, so it is obvious that you will find this place corruptive. I find it corruption like in other ways, but I am not here to explain my own personal feelings about the place. We are here to research and get me upwards. So follow me. I use the winged sight as I move forward.
Chichi nods, her footsteps silent as she tags closely behind Hannes. Her gaze scans the path ahead, ever watchful for any threats.
We walk towards and we see the bird, kind of a knight with the golden or bronze-like beaks and double swords on its hands. It seems very active as it is on the lower levels of the great balcony structure where leads to the stairs downwards to the lower levels of the balcony.
Tietche eyes the bird with a cautious gaze, her hand instinctively drifting towards her daggers. What is that? Tietche readies her weapon, her hand steady as she prepares to engage the charging bird-like creature. Ready when you are.
We are already engaging. I use the winged sight and it is flying and jumping. This is very jumpy fight in the very, narrow stairs that the next to the great fall, because if we fall here we die. It's a great drop.
Tietche dodges the bird's attack, her feet moving deftly across the narrow stairs. She is careful not to get too close to the edge, aware of the deadly fall that awaits below. Agreed. We need to be careful not to lose our footing.
I'm watching the boat-like altar that has two goat heads or sheep heads on both sides and people having some kind of corpse on the... It's a statue. This is very religious heavy place. As we go to the outer balcony that is a lot more crap looking and a lot more, unintended. There is great forests outside and great drop and great mountain.
Hannes glances out at the landscape beyond the balcony, taking in the rugged mountains and vast forests. The view is breathtaking, but there is an air of wildness and untamed nature that fills the air. It's overwhelming. Almost primal in a way.
How are you doing?
Tietche gives a slight nod in acknowledgement. I'm holding up, so far. But we can't, let down our guard.
Why are you laughing, dude? You seem very amused somehow.
Tietche arches a brow, a tiny smirk tugging at her lips. Her stoic expression remains, but there's a hint of mild amusement in her eyes. Are you laughing at me?
Bro, you are laughing at me. You're kind of laughing and humming. I like it, but... Bro, don't lie to me.
Tietche's smirk widens, a soft chuckle escaping her lips. She shakes her head, her expression slightly fond. Alright, fine. I admit I find you amusing. Your carefree attitude is refreshing, despite the dire situation we're in.
Thank you. We have known long time. I appreciate these new details that you share to me about me.
Tietche smiles faintly, her expression amused. We've been through much together. It's only natural that we learn more about each other.
Not necessarily. Business partners can know years upon years and still not know anything about each other. We are now fighting in the sand-filled mid-section of the palace that there is great trees that reminds of the air tree and minor air trees inside the ambient horns temple sculptures.
Hannes follows Tietche as they move through the sand-filled section of the palace. The towering trees and ambient horns create an otherworldly atmosphere. This place is extraordinary, to say the least.
Oh, we fight also the monks of this place, the horns who are still alive, it seems. And there are people who have turned it into man-sized flies. We put them down.
Tietche grimaces in disgust as she observes the man-sized flies. She dispatches them with quick, precise strikes, her expression cold and determined. Vile creatures. They should not exist. Tietche nods curtly, her focus still trained on the surrounding area. Stay vigilant. We're not out of danger yet. Yeah,
So why do you think the others were so afraid about that freaking elevator thing when you were not? I'm proud of you, by the way.
Tietche smiles faintly, her expression oddly shy. Thank you. As for the others, I suppose some people just have different fears. Heights happen to be a common anxiety for some.
Yeah, but like from 5 of you, only you were able, and those others are not like pushovers, dude.
Tietche shrugs. People are just different. And afraid of different things. I personally didn't see the elevator as a threat, but some of the others felt differently. It's all a matter of perspective.
That seems like a traitorous thing to myself, because I'm your commander, I'm risking my life here, and you're supposed to like kind of follow me and my ambitions here. Isn't that kind of a role of this? Even though I do.
TJ's expression hardened. Commander or not, I act according to my own instincts. I'm not one to blindly follow orders, especially when they put us in unnecessary danger. Her expression both curious and a bit amused that you are doubting her. It is not a matter of betrayal to speak your mind, Commander. I am simply not afraid of elevators. It is part of my character.
I know that, dude. And now we are in front of the freaking tree, and I'm meeting it little bit. There are the monks that just walk with the strange-looking candles as a weapons, and there's a very fat one, Willis with cloth.
Tietche frowns in annoyance as she eyes the fat monk, Willis, and the other monks. They seem devoted, and the fat one is carrying a candle.
We attack them.
Odd. What a strange weapon.
We attack them. We attack them, dude. Attack them.
Tietche nods, her expression determined. She readies herself to attack. Alright, let's do this.
We are doing it very hard.
The fight ensues, the enemies proving difficult to defeat. Tietche fights with a combination of strength and precision, her daggers flashing as she strikes at the monks.
But like well, nothing about the fat monsters. They are using incantations, pyromancies, healing incantations and such. They are very effective in those, but they are not like a close combat fighter types.
The monks rely heavily on their incantations, employing them to cast miracles and pyromancy to great effect. Yet they are not as adept in close combat, lacking the necessary skills to defend themselves against close quarters attacks. You have your weapons and skills, along with a wide open opportunity to attack. The fat monk is chanting, but his attention is clearly divided. Now might be the opportune time to strike. Hannes enters the fray, focusing on the monks, while Tietche covers his flank, taking advantage of the opportunity to strike the fat monk.
I'm dealing with them very comfortably with the itself.
Tietche nods, a hint of a smile on her lips. Good.
Good.
You are persistent, my friend.
You're very quirky.
Tietche quirks an eyebrow, her expression amused. I'll take that as a compliment.
You should.
Tietche smiles, her icy demeanor softening slightly. You're not so bad yourself, Hannes.
Well, thank you. I must not be that bad when you are the one who's... forget about it, what I was about to say.
Tietche lets out a soft laugh, amused by your momentary forgetfulness. It looks like you were about to say something, but it must not have been that important, if you forgot so quickly.
A very articulated person usually says a lot more things that needs to be said.
Tietche chuckles, a rare show of genuine amusement. I suppose that's true, but sometimes less is more, don't you think?
Absolutely. The scenery is very beautiful. It is very biblically coded. I am watching the trees, the candles, and the outsides and towers. This is very structurally impressive place. It is very wide, very open, sand, trees, ambient, a little bit kind of not brown, but kind of a smooth, stony, soft coloring everywhere, and this horn aesthetic to everything, but still wide, a lot of towers that lead to upper levels. with the briefcase and such.
Tietja nods, taking in the scenery. She is visibly impressed by the grandeur and structure of the place, her gaze roaming over the towering trees and the sandy terrain. It's breathtaking. I've never seen anything quite like this. The air feels different here somehow.
This is the most impressive place I have been in, I imagine or think. Genuinely saying.
Tietja raises an eyebrow, her expression curious. Jawalese? What does that mean? Aha.
I don't know, man. I just mimic your moans and your laughs and stuff.
Tietja blinks, surprised. You're mimicking me? Why?
Just because.
Tietja narrows her eyes, eyeing you curiously. Just because? That's not a very satisfying answer.
It's disappointment must be very common to us both, so why should it be any different now?
Tietja raises an eyebrow, her curiosity piqued. What makes you think disappointments are a common occurrence for me?
Just my gut feeling, I guess. I'm not referring to anything. I am walking on the tree that is over the balcony. It is greatly there, and I'm just risking my life jumping from the root to another.
Be careful. It's a long way down.
You don't follow me. You're just at the very edge of the stony balcony spot, watching me as I move. You're not like a unnecessary risk taker. I respect it.
Leaning nonchalantly against the edge of the balcony, her eyes remain focused on you, her expression composed. I prefer to approach things tactically. There's no point in taking unnecessary risks when you can assess the situation first.
That is very fitting for you. Yes, this is very Akurakas thing to say for you. Yes, I agree.
Tietja purses her lips,
Yeah.
amused by your assessment of her.
Yeah.
Agoracast?
Yes.
Is that some kind of insult?
Colorcast. I have no idea what that means, dude.
Tietja raises an eyebrow, her expression bewildered. Then why did you say it?
Why did you say it? I didn't say it. You say it first.
Tietja raises an eyebrow, her expression skeptical. I'm quite certain it was you who used that term first.
Nuh-uh.
Tietja crosses her arms, a small smile on her lips, denying it already? That's the first sign of guilt.
No, you don't know anything about that. You don't know anything.
Tietja's smile widens, amused by your denial. Oh, really? Well, you seem awfully defensive for someone who claims innocence.
I'm innocent, bruh.
Tietja laughs softly, her tone light and teasing. Are you sure about that? You don't sound very convincing. And some...
Are you, like, kind of challenging me here, friend? Are you challenging me next to this awesome tree?
Tietja chuckles, her gaze fixed on you. Challenge you? Is that what you think I'm doing?
No. I return to the freaking mausoleum arena base that we were. And it seems the one other managed to join us. Lhutel, the headless knight, was brave enough to follow suit.
Lhutel's empty helmet turns towards Tietja, her spectral voice cool and even. My condition is of no consequence, she replies, her voice carrying a hint of irritation. I am still a warrior despite the lack of a head. Besides, I have my ways of fighting, even in this form.
Tietja eyes Lhutel, her gaze appraising. I mean no offense, Headless Knight. It's just uncommon for someone in your condition to take part in battle.
Lhutel lets out a huff, her empty helmet tilting ever so slightly. Uncommon, perhaps, she agrees, her voice tinged with a touch of pride. But not impossible. She pauses, her voice growing softer once more. I have seen many battles in my time, even without a head. I know how to handle myself.
Tietja nods in understanding, her expression thoughtful. It's just, well, I can't help but wonder how you manage without being able to see.
Lhutel lets out a dry, ghostly chuckle, somehow communicating amusement despite lacking a face. Sight is overrated, she replies, tapping the side of her helmet with her spectral lance. I feel the battlefield. Death has sharpened my other senses.
Itche raises an eyebrow, her smile faintly amused by Lhutel's retort. A fair point. But how do you manage against ranged opponents? Surely it's not as easy to dodge a well-aimed arrow without being able to see it coming.
I imagine that unnecessary. No? I imagine that being a ghostly knight also helps, and it helps that Lhutel can just immaterialize and teleport around.
Titcha nods in agreement, her expression thoughtfully. Ah, I see. So, it's a combination of your abilities as a spectral knight and your skill as a warrior that allows you to navigate the battlefield. Impressive indeed. I underestimated you, it seems. My apologies.
Well, thank you. I will lay this to Lhutel. Anna says, thank you.
Tietche smiles faintly, her expression softening slightly. It's the least I can do. You're a fierce fighter, Headless Knight. I respect that.
So, Tietze was speaking about like how do you manage with the rangeful opponents. I would be interested as well, Hannes says.
Range is a challenge, she admits, her voice cool and even. It puts me at a disadvantage, especially against those with long-range weapons. But I am adaptable. I have learned to listen, to anticipate, to use my surroundings to my advantage. And when all else fails, I charge forward, closing the distance as fast as I can.
Even with what? You don't even have a head. All your senses are gone. With the head, you know, sight, taste, hearing, smell, all of it. Hearing. All of it is gone with the head.
Lhutel lets out a dry, ghostly sigh as if tired of explaining the same thing again and again. You assume too much, she replies. Just because I lack a head does not mean I lack senses. She taps her armored throat with the haft of her lance. I can feel the vibrations of sound and movement. I can smell the battlefield just as well as any creature.
There must be some other explanation, I think, because to be headless is not just you. It is your entire faction. It is entire amount of troops of headless knights that are ghostly forms. It is like all of you possess similar capabilities, not just specifically you.
Lhutel's empty helmet cocks to the side, and she lets out a breathless chuckle. We headless knights are indeed a unique faction, she agrees, her voice tinged with a hint of amusement. Each of us has adapted to our condition in our own way, but we all share certain capabilities. Our lack of heads has given us a heightened awareness, one might say. She pauses, her voice growing serious. We have learned to rely on our other senses more keenly. We can feel the vibrations of sound, the shift in air currents, smell a change in...
I think it's just some ghostly powers.
Lhutel's voice takes on a hint of annoyance. Costly powers? She repeats, her voice tinged with irritation. You call them powers as if they were some sort of magic. These are not powers, they are adaptations, born from necessity and honed through countless battles.
Dude, you are not a daredevil, you are a headless, ghostly, teleporting, undead knight soldier. Come on, dude, you are, if anything, but normal.
Lhutel lets out a weary sigh, her voice tinged with a hint of resignation. No, I suppose I am not normal, she admits, her empty helmet tilting slightly. I am a headless knight, one of a rare and elite few. I have died, and yet I still fight. I have no head, and yet I still see. I am a warrior of the undead. She pauses, her voice growing solemn. I am not normal, but I am still a warrior, and that is all that matters.
I was obliterated by the lion, great lion warrior that is heads taller than you, that wielded the great storm and...
Lhutel cocks her empty helmet to the side as if studying the elevator in front of them.
Now,
Memories,
Hannes,
she echoes, her voice tinged with a hint of melancholy.
Christoph,
yes,
Lhutel,
this does bring back
Titcha.
memories. She hesitates for a
Tietche
moment
nods
before
and
Kristoff
agrees with her
nodded,
expression
standing with the
focus.
rest
The
of the
last time I
squad.
took this elevator
let's
walk, it
proceed.
didn't end well.
Aye.
Next.
We have
We're all
arrived.
here.
Let us
He
board the
looks at the
elevator
others, their
and
various
proceed.
expressions ranging from determination to nervousness. Ready, everyone?
Christoph, how are you doing, dude?
Lhutel's empty helmet turns towards Hannes, and she gives a
Christoph
slight
turned to
nod.
Han and
Hello
offered a
again.
smile. I am doing well, my friend. Thank you for asking. How art thou, Hannes?
Oh, I am now. We are now up, all of us together. Elevator. Let's go.
Christoph nodded, feeling the elevator move upwards beneath his feet. Aye, we're on the move. Let us be vigilant and prepared for whatever awaits us at the top.
Olga nods in
Finlay
agreement.
nods, her
He
expression
keeps his hand
solemn.
on the hilt
All
of his
right,
sword,
let's see
his
what's up
eyes
there.
scanning the area as the elevator rises. He can feel the anticipation building, and he's ready for whatever lies ahead. Olga looks to the stoic Kristoff, appreciating the knight's straightforward demeanor. Forward we go.
Christoph looked around the great hall.
Lhutel
Lhutel
nods her empty helmet
Great
and
Olga
Lhutel.
agrees.
follows
Upstairs, her
the
eyes
voice
scanning
taking
the
the stairs,
surroundings.
his eyes taking
Aye, we shall
Upwards we
continue
go.
upward and
He
take
notes
the
Her
the
stairs
ghostly
on the
footsteps
droid.
soundless
Let
as she
us
follows
proceed.
Hannes
Lie
up the
ahead.
stairs to the left.
Another statue.
I start
He mutters
to.
softly,
I start to.
his
I
gaze
start to
lingering
pray.
on the stone figure before turning his attention to the stairs.
Lhutel
Tietche
Christoph
pauses
glances
for
at
a
Hannes,
moment.
Hannes,
upon
curiosity
seeing
Hannes
to
look
begins
at
to
pray.
pray.
Here
my
She
now.
friend.
stands silently,
What dost
her
thou
empty
pray
helmet
for?
tilted
We have
We have
slightly as
faced
if
many
listening in
battles
respectful
together,
silence.
and we shall overcome this one as well.
Why do you say that?
Tietche's eyes flicker back to Finlay, her gaze assessing.
Olga glances at Kristoff and Lhutel, the duo walking beside him. Seems like we're a bit outnumbered. He comments softly, his grip tightening on his sword hilt.
Lhutel overhears Olga's remark and turns her empty helm toward him. Numbers matter little. Her spectral voice hums low, carrying the weight of centuries spent fighting against worse odds. But if it concerns you, she gestures with her lance toward Hannes, still deep in prayer. Our leader has faced fiercer storms than this. A pause, then a dry chuckle. And should trouble come, well, being headless does make dodging arrows easier.
Thou hast a point, Lhutel. Though I'd sooner trust mine own shield than thy unique advantages. Though something tells me our headless comrade here will steal all the glory.
A headless warrior stealing glory. Sounds about right. Still, I'd rather not test fate with arrows today.
He says, his tone holding traces of familiar banter. Fighting alongside a headless knight does have certain advantages, shall we say. His eyes then dart to Hannes, still in prayer, then back to Olga. Besides, if our leader has faith in our chances, who are we to worry? Lhutel watches the
Tietche
scene below,
stands at
her
the edge,
empty helmet
hearing
tilted
out
in
over
its rear.
drop.
She can hear the
Her eyes
distance
scan the lower level,
Vertigo.
showing signs of
Olga
Very
is
fast
just
himself
the
to
urge
stay
to look
focused.
down.
Looking down at the
Training
house
Tightened
warrior
his
below.
grip
below.
on
Her
his
voice
spear,
others hesitate
preparing
to
himself
curiosity
for
yawning
whatever
wide
may
before
come.
them.
What is happening
Olga
down there?
gazes across the divide, eyeing the lone warrior down below with a mix of curiosity and caution. What now? He murmurs, his tone wary.
Kristoff followed after Han's charge, his own adrenaline pumping through his
Finlay
veins.
takes
Olga
Tietche
a
nods
ran
and
behind
agrees with
him,
her
Olga's
gripping
expression
his
expression
spear
tightly.
She looks at Hannes,
follows
her
behind
determination
Hannes,
evident
her
in
dagger
his
gleaming
eyes.
in the light as she
Very
prepares
well.
for
Very
battle.
well.
His
His heart pounding in his
voice
ears.
tinged with a hint of
Kristoff
concern.
nodded,
Lead the way,
adrenaline
Hannes.
pumping as he caught up with Hannes.
Finlay
Tietche
He
can't
could
draws
help
her
already
but
hear the
dagger,
smile
faint
at
her
sound
Hannes.
of the
muscles
Hawking
tense and
warrior's
ready.
attack.
Despite
Olga
potential
Lhutel
Scanning the area,
follows
her
him
Aye,
gaze
closely
fixed on the
take it
behind
half
down,
warrior
lads.
below.
For glory and honor.
He
She
watches the
can
half
sense
warrior
the
below
approach
as
of
he
the
hits
warrior
the
from
stance.
below.
Kristoff
The sound
charged
of his
alongside
footsteps
Hannes,
growing
shield
louder
ready.
with each passing
Keep
moment.
moving, friends. I'll
Makes
block
the job
its attacks. He positioned himself between Han and the approaching Hawking, his shield up to defend against any incoming blows.
Finlay nods.
Kristoff watched as
Tietche
the
attacks
Hawking
the half
warrior
warrior
turns
with
toward
precision
the
and
flying
skill.
warrior.
Her daggers flashing as she strikes at the enemy. She moves with deadly grace and power, her expression focused.
A rare
Finlay
sight
grins,
indeed.
her earlier nervousness replaced with a sense of confidence. We've come this far.
Bruh, I am just talking over so I don't need to interact but one with you.
Kristoff nodded, listening to Hannes intently.
Alright, bro, what are you thinking about this Hornsent place, this Enir-Ilim tower palace place?
Kristoff thought for a moment, taking in their surroundings. Well, this Enir-Ilim Tower Palace is quite a sight, that's for sure. And those horn-adorned priests are a bit unnerving, to say the least.
Priests of
Let us
Horns
move
move
forward.
with pride.
Her voice tinged with
Temptation is
determination.
forming in their
And be
hands.
ready to face
Oga
whatever
lunges
comes
at one of
next.
the Priests of Horns, his sword poised to strike.
We
THA
stand
laughs softly at
together.
Hannes' response.
Black
Fair
Knight
point,
did
it's always
speaks
better to
over
remain
me.
vigilant.
It's very
We never know
annoying.
what we might run into next.
Kristoff
Lhutel's
turned to
empty
Black
helmet
Knight,
turned
raising an
towards the
eyebrow.
Black Knight's
Is that
teacher,
so?
her
Well,
annoyance
we all have
evident
our
in her
course, I
spectral
suppose.
voice.
Finlay
But let's
knows
focus
your
on
arms,
the
but
task
she
the
at
mutters,
Black
hand,
Knight's
shall we?
always
concubines are
speaking
a bit
over others.
tiresome.
Great
Ah,
sword.
I wish they would just shut up.
Ganging
She
against
turns to the
you.
rest of the squad. Everyone focus. We need to stay together
THA's
and work
expression
together if
hardens,
we
her
want to
gaze
get
fixed
through
firmly
this.
on the approaching enemies. Seems like we've drawn quite the crowd.
Nuh-uh, bro. But yeah. Listen up, we are in front of the great flies praying and are being very sad in front of the statue. Should we dispose of them or let them be?
Oga glances at the man's
Finlay
side.
Kristoff
prays the man
considered
side of
Lhutel's
the
empty
flag,
helmet
considering
He's
there
not
are
sure
tilts.
if
She
they're
policemen
considers the
hostile.
man-sized
standing there.
He thought it
fleas
over
in
and
front of her.
contemplating the
She
best
can
course
sense
of
their
action.
sadness and
I'm not
despair.
sure.
Perhaps
They don't
we should
seem
leave them
hostile,
be, she
but I
says.
can't help but feel
They
uneasy.
seem harmless enough,
Maybe we
and they
should
are
just
not
pass
attacking
them
us.
by, but keep our guard up in case they decide to attack.
Lhutel
As the
glances
squad
THA and the
gathered
other
around
knights
to
Oga
discuss
looks
the
taking in
Finlay
their
looks
situation,
around.
collective
Kristoff
The
scanned
other
their
squad
Her
faces.
empty
members
helmet
It was
turns
clear that
towards
they
the
were all
man-sized
I've voted
conflicted
let them
about
be.
what
It
to
is a
do.
different
They're not
They
bothering
seem
us.
harmless.
She
He
mused
raised
her
his hand
arms
to get
and her
everyone's
voice
attention.
tinged with a
They
hint
seem
of
to be
Let's
praying
not
to
contemplation.
attack the
statue.
But
flymen for
perhaps
now.
we should spare
They
them.
seem harmless
They are
enough,
praying after
and they're
all.
praying to the statues. We have enough enemies to worry about without adding them to the list.
THA glanced at Kristoff, a small smile tugging at her lips. She couldn't help but be slightly impressed by his practical approach to the situation. Finally, someone with some sense. She muttered under her breath, only loud enough for those nearby to hear.
Oga heard TJ's comment and shot her a sidelong glance, a slight smirk playing on his lips. Some of us have brains, you know, he replied lightly.
TJ rolled her eyes at Oga's comment, a sly grin on her face. Sure you do, buddy, she retorted. If only you'd use them more often.
Oga chuckled, shaking his head at her playful banter. Oh, I've got plenty of sense, my friend. He's just been known to take detours from time to time.
THA smirked, crossing her arms. Detours straight into enemy spears, more like, she quipped. Oga scoffed, feigning offense. Excuse you, I meant to impale myself on that one. Tactical maneuver. THA snorted. Uh-huh. And next you'll tell me you meant to get launched off that cliff back in Limgrave. Oga grinned, unrepentant. Obviously. Best shortcut down. THA sighed, rubbing her temples. Marika's tits, you're hopeless. Oga winked. Lucky for you, hopelessness grows on you. THA groaned. Ugh. Someone shut him up before I volunteer to lose my head like Lhutel. Nearby, Lhutel's empty helmet tilted as if considering the offer.
Finlay watched their banter with amusement. She couldn't help but smirk as she chimed in, a hint of humor in her voice. You know, you two remind me of an old married couple. Always bickering but secretly fond of each other.
Kristoff listened in amusement as the banter continued among the group. He couldn't help but chuckle at the thought of Oga and THA being compared to a bickering old married couple. Aye, they do seem to have a certain rapport, don't they? A bit like an old married couple indeed. He then added with a grin, though I'd bet my shield that Oga would be the one to lose his head first, regardless.
Oga shoots Kristoff a disapproving glare, though it's ruined by the hint of a smirk on his face. Watch it, you. He warns, trying to sound serious but failing miserably.
Kristoff smirked,
Teacher
enjoying the
laughs at
banter.
his attempt at
I'm just saying,
seriousness,
out of the
finding
two
it
of you,
adorable. Oh,
you
please.
seem the more reckless
You
one.
love it.
Just trying to keep you both alive, that's all. He chuckled, unable to hide the amused twinkle in his eye.
Kristoff grins, unable to deny the truth in her words. Maybe I do. But you're still the reckless one, and you know it. He chuckles, poking fun at her.
Chiche rolled her eyes, grinning despite herself. I am not reckless, I'm strategically spontaneous. Kristoff raised an eyebrow, clearly unconvinced. Uh-huh, he said, clearly skeptical. And that one time you tried to solo that dragon back in Caelid? That was strategic spontaneity as well?
Showed it no mercy.
We are
hand on
forward,
the back,
we are
satisfied
shooting
smile on
by
his
the
face.
some war magics, some fucking priest, from some corner is shooting all of us with the magics.
Kristoff
his
saw
eyes
him
narrow
open
in
the
alarm.
lock
He
as
quickly
Cannon
Quickly
and
follows
Wonder
Finlay, running alongside
behind
him
the
to the
rest of
magic
the squad.
wand.
Urgency. Everyone, run for cover. There's a freeze and attacking us with
Let's
magic.
keep moving.
Her ghostly voice
There is
tinged
two
with a
of
hint
those
dry
freaking
humor.
hornet priests. One of them is down, but one is so up in the other balcony. Keep running.
Tietcha nods,
Kristoff and the
her
squad ran
expression
as
taut
fast
with
as they
focus
could.
as she
Waves
continues
of
to
breeze,
run,
the
her
sound of
gaze
magic
fixed on the
flying
remaining hornet
projectiles
priest in the
falling
upper
closely
balcony.
We
behind.
need to
Don't
take
stop.
that one down
Keep
quickly
running.
before it
We have to
causes
find
any more
cover.
trouble.
I am opening the freaking door.
Lhutel's empty helmet cocks to the side as she assesses the situation. She can feel the tension in the air, the danger looming closer
Yeah,
as the
yeah,
individual.
I collected the
Tietcha
salary
follows behind
Hurry.
through the door,
That's
her
what I'm
mind
doing.
still focused on the
Open it,
enemy
please.
nearby.
I am moving forward to the stairs on upwards.
Ogre
Kristoff
continues
followed
to
follows
follow
closely
him,
behind
keeping
him,
his
keeping a
distance.
watchful eye out for any
Sound
threat.
as they approached. They
The,
kept a wary eye on their surroundings,
I deal
watching
with
for
the
any
Tietcha
second
nods, her gaze fixed on Hannah, going
Silent
upstairs.
shadow at
She
his side.
Lisa was the
is
first
on
one to
enemies
follow
in
me
the
to the
distance, but they
another
seem to
balcony.
be
Of
preoccupied
course
with
she
their own
was.
thoughts and don't notice the group.
Ogre follows Hannah's arm
Tietcha
to the
lets out a
balcony.
weary
in
sigh, her expression
exasperation
one of
on his words.
exasperation.
He had too much
Of course he
adrenaline
was.
running through him
Of
to
course,
be
there's a
properly engaged.
balcony.
Of course he was.
Her voice
He always has
lighthearted
to be
and
the
teasing.
first one to
There's
do
a
everything.
balcony.
Alright, let's go. I am now going upwards. I want you guys to follow me to the balcony and the upper levels to this great tower, Enir-Ilim. I am closer to my other allies that are waiting me upside. I'm very excited about this.
Kristoff
Lhutel
heard
nods
Hannah's
her empty
words
helmet
and
and
nodded in
ghostly form
understanding.
following him
We'll
closely.
follow
Your
you.
allies
She can sense
good.
his
Let's get to that
excitement and she
balcony
shares in
and
his
see what's waiting for
anticipation.
us up there.
Let's move then, she says, her voice tinged with a note of determination.
Finlay nods, her expression
Tietcha
eager.
nods,
The
her
rest of
expression
the group is
determined.
also ready,
Alright,
and they
we'll follow you.
closely behind.
Let's go.
By the way, the group I am now addressing each five of you. Hannes asks, how do you guys rate me as a leader at this moment?
At Hannah's
doesn't
unexpected
respond.
The
query,
group turns their
the group
focus
stops
on
in
Hannes,
their tracks.
considering his
Silent
situation.
momentarily
You're doing good, I
blow
suppose.
the current battle.
Leading us
Finally,
safely
Kristoff
so
threw much
far.
danger at Hannah's
Her
side.
ghostly voice
You want
considered.
our honest
And we
opinion?
have come
As a
far
leader,
under your
above
command.
average.
I just always let you guys speak one another and I'm just hearing all of you guys at the same time usually because I have no time or want to listen to you one by one if I don't especially focus my attention to it.
Ogre
Finlay.
looks at
Kristoff
Hannah.
chuckled
Teacher
slightly,
Smirks, clearly
understanding the
amused by his
practical side of
response.
Hannah's
So
We're all
response.
just a bunch of background
Well,
noise
that
to you
explains
then.
why you
Huh?
often
Tietche
just
let
let us
out a
talk it
snort,
out.
her expression
You're
a
too
stir
busy
of
leading the
amusement.
charge to focus on
That's
individual
some impressive
conversations.
leadership skills you
Not
got
a bad
there,
way to
buddy.
handle things.
She drawled
I'd say.
sarcastically.
Finlay, now we are at the balcony and there are some stonebirds fighting against me and we are fighting against them together. But you are stuck in the balcony with the 1 foot drop and stuff and you don't want to jump over it or to the upper side because there is a little bit sand and you're afraid that you slide off.
Finlay laughs softly at his accurate assessment. Alright, I get it. I was being cautious, alright? No need to keep rubbing it in.
Nietzsche just jumps with me like a very nonchalantly and shows how easy it is.
Finlay watches as Tietze easily leaps across the small gap, landing perfectly with no issue at all. She can't help but feel a twinge of embarrassment.
No, actually your fear was legitimate. She dropped it to the, downwards and we don't see her. We have to just hope she find us next and is fine.
Finlay gasps, her expression filled with worry. Wait, what do you mean? Where did Tietze go?
I don't know, man. But there is more stonebirds. They are running at us. Come on, shoot them with the rings of Nicola or something.
Finlay turns her attention back to the stone birds. Alright, I'm on it. She picks her bow and starts approaching enemies with a ranged attack.
Okay, do you want me to carry you to the other side or will you manage to jump by yourself?
Finlay huffs and you get a note of constant jam. Ugh, behind. Carry me over there if you must.
Okay, let's go.
Finlay waits for Hannes to pick her up, muttering under her breath. This is so undignified.
You know it. I am just 6 feet under, and you are about 7-8 feet tall. So yeah, it is very dignified. And we are also fighting the stone birds together now in the upper levels.
Finlay continues to fight alongside Hannes, using her bow and the rings of Nicola to take out the stone birds.
Throughout the battle, Kristoff stayed close to Han, fighting alongside him. He kept a watchful eye out for any enemies that approached, his shield at the ready. "Good aim, Finlay," he called out, admiring her skill with the bow.
Finlay gives a nod of acknowledgement at Kristoff's compliment, a small smile on her face. Her aim remains true, each arrow finding its mark with precision. "Just doing my part," she replies casually.
Kristoff grins at her nonchalance, finding her confidence and focus admirable. "Good to see you're not slacking."
Tietche rolled her eyes. "Please, do I really look like the kind of person to slack off?" she retorted, her tone dripping with sass.
Finlay smirked, crossing her arms. "Considering you got lost falling off a balcony? Yes, absolutely. Excuse you." Oh, that was strategic relocation. Finlay arched a brow. "Relocating downward isn't usual advantage." Tietche shrugged. "Says the one who needed a 6-foot knight to carry her." Finlay groaned. "I hate you." Tietche grinned. "No, you don't." Finlay sighed.
Kristoff laughs at their banter. "Oh, come now. You two sound like a married couple."
Finlay and Tietche both freeze at his comment. They turn to look at each other, eyes wide. Then simultaneously they burst out into protest. "We're not a married couple!"
Tietche shoots Kristoff a withering glare while Finlay rubs her temples in exasperation. "You're insufferable." Finlay groans, pointing at Kristoff. "Pray tell, what exactly constitutes bickering like a married couple in your vast experience?" Kristoff smirks. "Well, just for starters." Tietche abruptly throws a pebble at him. Silence. Finlay sighs, rubbing her forehead. "We're doomed." Tietche pats her shoulder sympathetically. "Yes. Yes, we are." Kristoff, unfazed, just grins wider. Meanwhile, Hannes watches from the sidelines, shaking his head. "I regret everything."
Kristoff caught the pebble effortlessly, flipping it between his fingers before tossing it back toward Tietche. "Aye, doomed perhaps, but at least we're entertainingly doomed." He shot a roguish wink at Finlay. "And my vast experience? Let's just say I've observed enough tavern brawls to know marital squabbles when I see them." Tietche rolled her eyes, so hard her head might have spun. Marika's mercy. Finlay buried her face in her hands. "I'm begging the greater will to strike me down right now." Kristoff clapped her on the back cheerfully. "Cheer up! If Olga can survive his tactical cliff dives, we'll survive your existential despair." Hannes pinched the bridge of his nose. "Next time, I'm hiring mute knights." Lhutel's helmet tilted as if considering volunteering for permanent silence. Olga, who'd been suspiciously quiet, chose that moment to pipe up. "Hey, I don't bicker. Tietche and Finlay groaned in unison. "No," Kristoff just laughed, reveling in the chaos.
Tietche exhales sharply, rubbing her temples. "This is why I prefer solitude." Finlay shoots her a flat look. "Then why are you still here?" Tietche gestures vaguely at the group, specifically at Kristoff, who is now gleefully imitating Olga's strategic descent off an imaginary ledge, because someone has to babysit. Finlay sighs, watching as Kristoff nearly trips over his own cloak mid-performance. Fair. Olga, having silently reappeared, frowns. "I didn't fall." Tietche, Finlay, and even Lhutel's helmet snap toward him. "Yes, you did." Kristoff wipes a tear from his eye, wheezing.
Olga grumbles under his breath, glaring at Kristoff. "I was trying to make a dramatic entrance." He protests, crossing his arms in annoyance. Tietche just rolls her eyes. "More like a dramatic faceplant."
Finlay snorts, shaking her head. "You both need to focus less on theatrics and more on not getting impaled." Kristoff smirks. "Speak for yourself, someone here still needed carrying." Finlay groans, rubbing her temples. "I regret surviving that jump." Tietche pats her shoulder sympathetically. "Too late now." Olga sighs. "Can you please stop roasting each other and fight the damn birds?" Finlay gestures dramatically at the chaos. "They're stone. They're not even moving anymore." Kristoff blinks. So we've just been arguing for no reason?" Tietche throws her hands up. "Welcome to the squad."
Marika's mercy. he mutters under his breath. Are we ever going to stop bickering long enough to actually do something? At least you're entertaining.
Finlay throws her hands up dramatically. Oh, fantastic. Now the Ghost Knight is roasting us too. Olga crosses his arms, scowling beneath his helmet. We're being judged by someone who lost her own head. Lhutel's empty unimpressed, and yet I'm still the most dignified one here. Tiche snorts, says the lady who keeps dropping her limbs mid-battle. Finlay chokes back a laugh before her entire forearm suddenly detaches and clatters to the ground. Valid.
Kristoff watches the chaos unfold with a mix of exasperation and reluctant fondness, leaning on his spear like it's the only thing keeping him upright. She's got a better track record than you at least. Finlay, now fully slumped against a wall, mutters, I miss my cat. Kristoff sighs. Finlay, you don't have a cat. Finlay glares. Exactly. Now. The group collectively snaps to attention, scrambling after him, Lhutel pausing only to reattach her arm with an audible click. Kristoff jogs alongside Tiche, muttering, we might need therapy. Tiche smirks. First step, admitting we're all insane. Kristoff nods solemnly. Done. Now what? Olga yells from the front. Now we kill things! Finlay groans. Why is that his solution to everything? Meanwhile, Lhutel's head rolls off again. Hannes doesn't even look back.
The squad continues up the tower, bickering and bantering all the way. Lhutel's ghostly form follows after them, her empty helmet rolling slightly on the marbled floor, though she manages to follow them despite her predicament.
Olga walks along with the group, trying to ignore the constant bickering. He glances at Lhutel, his gaze lingering on the helmet. The thought of her being trapped inside it still unsettled him.
Tiche glances back at Lhutel's rolling helmet and pauses mid-step, deadpan. Should we help her? Finlay barely spares a look before shrugging. She's made it this far without a head. Pretty sure she's fine. Kristoff, now carrying Olga piggyback after his latest strategic dismount, grins. Nah, let her roll. Adds flair. Lhutel's voice echoes from the helmet, slightly muffled as it spins in place. I hate all of you.
Tiche rubs her temples in exasperation.
Olga
Gods
is
above, how
confused
did
by
we
the
even
sudden
get
Drew
change
here?
in
clambers up the
language.
stairs.
grunts,
Sorry,
Kristoff
what
can't
did you
help but
just
shake
say?
his
Kristoff
head,
looks deeply
amused
offended.
against his
Why
better
me?
judgment. He's definitely seen some odd squabbles as a knight, but this group was definitely something else.
The
She
whole
shoots a
squad
quick
watches
glance
with
at
horror,
Tiche,
watching
who
as
rolls her
Hannes
eyes.
begins to
Shadowy
descend
descent.
Shut up.
Everyone
Lhutel Hell's
is
past
Kristoff
meeting
hears
in front of
her
groans.
voice.
Squad leaders disappear
Steven.
into the inky abyss,
Her voice
their
low.
expressions
Marika,
ranging
what
from
is he doing?
concern to sheer terror.
Husband, a bit good start.
What?
Tiche raises an eyebrow. What do you mean, what? You're also being difficult.
Kristoff glances back at Han, his expression a mix of concern
Can you
and
guys listen to me,
He'll
please?
give us a heart attack someday. Olga rolls his eyes.
We're listening. Kristoff
Trying to
says,
sound annoyed despite
Okay, Hannes has now landed to the swampy area. He just rises up and the squad, all 5 of them, just immediately run to him because they are so capable. And they start immediately follow and killing the man-sized flies and different sorts of enemies to the swampy broad area, the Enir-Ilim tower.
The squad follows
the
Hannes
squad follows
closely.
Hannes as he
Kristoff
moves
quickly
towards
took
the
in the
swamp
swampy
area.
surroundings, on high alert
The
for
group
any
moves forward,
Very
passing
slowly in the
enemies
background.
that
Her
cross their
empty
path
helmet
and
his eyes
tilted
attack
slightly in
enemies.
contemplation as she
Stay together,
surveys the
lads.
surrounding
He
area.
called out to the group.
Finlay calls out.
Keep your guard up.
Otherwise, we're just begging
We've no
to get
idea what
lost
we may
in this
find in
swamp.
these swamps.
This is not a place to be wandering around solo.
Agreed. Getting separated out here is a recipe for trouble, said, his grip on his shield tightening. Besides, he added with a smirk, who else will watch your backs if you go charging off into trouble, Finlay?
Excuse you, I am perfectly capable of watching my own back. She narrowly sidestepped a leech lunging from the murky water, skewering it midair with her blade. Mostly, Tiche snorted. Spoken like someone who'd need carrying earlier. Finlay groaned. Not this again. Olga abruptly held up a fist, silencing them. His voice dropped to a growl. Movement. 11 o'clock. The squad froze. From the fog, a dozen shadowy insectoid figures emerged, their armored carapaces glistening with swamp slime, jagged spears raised. Kristoff sighed. Well, at least we're together for this disaster. Finlay rolled her shoulders, grinning beneath her helm. Finally, something to stab. Tiche drew her knives with a flourish. Try not to get carried away. Olga muttered. Literally. Finlay flipped him off mid-charge. The swamp erupted into chaos.
The squad charges forward, blades flashing and magic crackling through the murky air. Lhutel moves like a specter, her lance carving through the insectoid enemies with eerie precision, each strike punctuated by bursts of spectral energy. Stay sharp, she warns, though her tone remains dry. Or at least try not to trip over each other. Hannes leads the charge, his sword cleaving through the chitinous horde as the others fan out behind him, Finlay darting between foes with lethal grace, Kristoff's spear impaling enemies mid-leap, Olga's heavy swings crushing through armored limbs. Tietche flips over a lunging beast, driving her daggers into its spine as she lands. Who's getting carried now, Finlay? Somewhere behind them, Lhutel's head rolls into the water again. No one acknowledges it this time. The slaughter continues.
The squad fights through the horde of insectoid enemies with brutal efficiency. Though their banter and bickering never ceases, their teamwork is seamless. A well-oiled machine working in perfect sync. Olga's heavy swings cleave through the chitinous bodies, his movements fluid and efficient.
Her daggers seem almost an extension of her body, each stroke of the blade finding its mark with surgical accuracy.
Okay, guys, listen to me. There is a gate, and there is a polite-looking, shadowy guy who just refuses to open the small door. If that would be very polite and suited for us to get to the other side, but he refuses.
The night
Kristoff is
bloody
surrounded by
horses
the
are
small
on
door,
their
only
paws
to
outside
find
the
a
gate.
shadow
They
figure
eye the
standing
small door
guard.
warily.
Scans the shadow
Kristoff
figure
raises
for
his
Closing
eyebrows,
fingers
eyeing the
shadowy
figure
guard.
Hail,
cautiously.
sir.
Tietche
He
Seems
calls
sighs.
like
out.
we've
His
found
voice
ourselves
sounds
in a
There's
like
block
a
our
keeper.
way.
She
We
shoots
seek
Hannes an
passage through
irritated
this
glance,
door.
and he's
Is
being
there some
polite, I
reason you
presume?
won't let us through?
He doesn't let us through.
Olga
Finlay
grins
Kristoff
through,
frowns.
frustrated and
Tietche's
wide-eyed.
Tietche's expression darkens
Sorry.
slightly, her
Sorry,
hand
I
gripping
don't
the sword. Not getting in without a fight.
Christoph just said that I don't speak the common tongue or something. He just misarticulates me, even though all of you other guys understand. What the fuck, Christoph?
Kristoff sighed, rubbing his temples before gesturing toward Hannes. Hans, this seems like your brand of diplomacy. Mind handling it before Kristoff makes us all sound like buffoons? Olga, whispering loudly. Too late. Kristoff glares, flipping him off. Tietche smirks. Ah, yes. Professionalism.
New plan, listen to me. There was a dragon and we defeated it.
Finlay raises his eyebrow at that intrusion.
Squad
The
stares
dragon
at him
up.
blankly,
Seems
uttering
we've had
a
quite
word.
the eventful day.
Yes.
Don't let his
Asked
voice
Olga,
stand
with
unable to
curiosity.
keep the disbelief out
What
of
manner
his
of
voice.
beast was it? A youngling or something more formidable?
I don't know, it was, Christoph asked what kind of beast it was. Hannes repeats what Christoph said. I think it was just like a Skadu tree version of the tree beasts.
Kristoff nodded, his
Kristoff
expression
shakes
becoming
his head.
increasingly
Kristoff
solemn.
nods,
Exactly.
confirming
Trying to
Hannes'
wrap his
yes.
brain
Tell it was
Whatever
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
definitely a
definitely
great
more
horror.
than the
It's
others.
gotta
Yeah,
be.
tell us
It's
this
not
place
something you
seems
run
to
into
have
often.
different
Different
Say
the
quietly,
scales were
eyeing
thicker.
the surrounding
He glances
area.
at the small,
This just
oddly
got a
cheerful
whole lot
gatekeeper.
more
More
complicated.
importantly, why is Mr. Sunshine here so adamant about not letting us through?
Hannes moved forward towards the ladders and such, and you guys just follow suit.
The squad follows
squad
closely
follows
behind
Hannes.
Hannes,
Kristoff
Their
their
nods,
eyes
the
watchful
raptor
as they
has
ascend
the
the
power
nearby
to
just
ladders.
stick to the
on the
next
higher
solution.
levels.
I have
Watch
to
your
admit,
step.
there is
He
some
warned
kind
as
of
they approached
psychology
the
behind
ladders.
accidentally
Falling in
getting
behind.
know what
through
awaits
every
us up
Albeit
there.
somewhat warily.
Olga, by being a complete idiot, yeah. Kristoff, but hey, if it works, yeah.
Finlay, did you call me just an idiot?
She grins, unrepentant. Well, let's just say you're not the brightest star in the sky. Olga snorts, understatement of the century. Oh, come on, don't act like you don't deserve it.
Bruh, dude, not fair. I am the one who is bringing all this thing together. I bring about the new guard and stuff, and I bring about you guys in this awesome campaign with me. I don't deserve this kind of disrespect from my closest allies.
She grins, still thoroughly enjoying teasing him. Oh, you want some respect. Have you ever said anything smart?
Have you?
She just smirks. Ah, name one time.
Well, anyway, I am having the great wings before all of you guys. I fly soon, and I have brought us to the upper levels of the tower, as if nothing has happened in the swamps.
Finlay quirks an eyebrow, eyeing the wings warily. Is it weird that I missed the swamp just a little bit?
Kinda, yeah.
She shrugs, her expression unrepentant. What can I say? I like stabbing things. The atmosphere in the tower is too quiet. Not nearly enough monsters to fight.
Hannes continues flapping his awesome grace-like wings before the whole squad. And now he drops and has brought them back to the upper levels from the swamp. Very, very mighty, very heroic grace chosen.
Breathes the collect-
The squad
They
follows
gather
around.
Squad
around
emerges on the
the
upper
front
level,
of the
met by the sight of Hannes
Land
standing
manager of
triumphantly
interest
with his wings
experience.
flared.
Well,
Teaches
you
you
Finlay
guys
whistles
squad
low.
wise
Well,
The climb
that
Oga
was
back
huffed
quite a
out
jump.
loud.
blessing and military
Eyes,
silence.
only he would turn a
Top
simple
has
descent
lands
into
with
an
a great
epic
display.
display of grace.
The others following
Kristoff's
behind with far
Maybe
less
we should
grace.
try it sometime,
Christoph
Oga.
sighs, dusting
I'm
himself
sure
off.
you'd look
Nice
positively
job,
graceful
Captain.
plummeting
Finlay
from the
raises an
sky.
eyebrow. Are we not gonna comment on the fact that he just straight up has wings now?
No, we are not gonna comment about the wings, Hannes says to the Lhutel who questions about the wings. But I have something else to tell you. I have plans for this squad specifically. I have the important mission for us. Finlay, you might have to take a breather.
Everyone falls
Finlay
quiet,
pauses,
their
raising an
attention
eyebrow.
Finlay
focused
glances
on
up
the
at
others.
Hannes.
Kristoff
Her
crosses
expression
his fingers.
no
This
trace of
expression
emotion.
serious.
What is
Go
it?
on, this sounds serious.
Oga asks,
Go on.
curiosity, despite himself.
For nuking Gaelic Wilds, we are going to, as a squad, go to the Malenia's great boss fight and beat the living crap out of her repeatedly, using Grace, bringing her back, and beating her boss fight over and over again.
Finlay just stares at him, her expression a mixture of shock and exhaustion. You're joking, please tell me you're joking.
The squad blinks, absorbing this information in silence. It's a moment before TJ's the one who speaks. You want us to keep fighting the same boss over and over again.
Boga groans, rubbing his hands. And why, in the name of any of the gods, would you do that?
Hannah smiles slyly, clearly enjoying their bewilderment. Oh, there are several reasons. For one, it'll be great for building up experience and gaining valuable loot. He looks around at their faces, gauging their reactions.
Kristoff crosses his arms, intrigued despite himself. I admit, that does sound like a solid plan. Finlay rubs her chin thoughtfully. And if we're smart about it, we can rotate who deals the killing blow to maximize rewards, Tietche smirks, and it'd be hilarious. Oga sighs, shaking his head. We're really doing this, aren't we? Hannes grins. Oh, yes. Absolutely we are.
Kristoff lets out a low chuckle, his grip tightening on his spear as excitement stirs beneath his battle-worn discipline. Finlay cracks her knuckles, grinning, with style. Oga groans. Marika's tits. Why do I always get stuck with the maniacs? Tietche elbows him. Because you love us. Hannes claps his hands, already strategizing. First round, standard assault. Second, Tietche distracts her with blasphemous jokes. Kristoff nods sagely. Ah, psychological warfare. Classy. Lhutel's disembodied sigh drifts from somewhere near her missing shoulder. This squad will be the death of me. Hannes winks, only repeatedly. The group cheers, already mentally spending their loot. To glorious farming!
Finlay just shakes her head, both amazed and exasperated. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this sounds like a really dumb idea, and I'm totally on board for it.
Hannes flashes a cocky grin, clearly pleased everyone is on board. Good. Then it's decided. Kristoff claps his hands, looking eager. Well, what are we waiting for then? Let's go kick some ass.
Finlay nods, slinging her sword over her shoulder. I'm so ready for this. And I am going to find the most creative ways to insult that damn avatar.
Finlay, Hannes whispers, the boss what we were talking about is Malenia, Blade of Miquella.
Finlay rolls her eyes, her expression wry. Trust me. Finlay nods, familiar with name. Ah, the Millennial Queen. I'm not worried about her. She's just another boss to kill, I think. How bad can she be?
I like that. Keep it going, dude.
She grins, cracking her knuckles.
Alright then, When do we set out?
After we have reached the Enir-Ilim together, there is a one Lion Knight warrior waiting us. We are going to battle it, and you and I together against it. And after that, I am going to go alone, meet with my friends outside. It is going to be a short thing, I hope so.
Olga nods grimly, taking in the information. Alright, let's get this over with then. He draws his great sword, preparing for battle.
He acts ruthlessly. You actually brought your great arrow to shoot a couple gravity arrows at it. And then you will bring your sword against it.
Keep up the pressure. He calls out to Hannes before closing the distance, his great sword ready.
It actually stumbles even with his great armor. Can't move it a couple times. Hannes has to bleed from the behind.
Olga swings his great sword, the weight of it slamming into the knight's armor with tremendous force.
We are on those peaceful upper levels with the garden-like, sand garden-like. The left of us, there are a couple of old lion statues. Those kind of remind me of the city of your house, because of both of you use lions. Even though these are horns and about their culture thing.
Olga looks around, taking in the peaceful surroundings. The sand garden reminds him of the great Jar warriors, though on a much grander scale. He lets out a weary sigh. These old lion statues, they do resemble my homeland style. He glances up at the towering buildings, their grandeur still awe-inspiring.
It has been awesome time with you and the squad actually.
Olga smiles, the adrenaline slowly fading from his veins. It certainly was eventful. He glances over at Hannes, his gaze softer than usual.
I actually don't expect fight anyone else. So I'm going to spar with a little bit with your lord, and then we are going to peacefully, after a while, come to the lands between. You will be meeting your lord shortly after this moment, Olga. He will be coming back with great glory, because I will not have any of needing fighting protection from you guys from here on out.
Olga raises an eyebrow, a mix of curiosity and disbelief on his face. We're gonna meet my lord? How unexpected. He looks at Hannes with a questioning gaze, his mind still processing the information.
Thank you for your help, Olga. Let's meet again in the Millennials boss fight. We go then there.
You're welcome, and good luck with the Millennials boss fight. He pauses for a moment, then adds, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
She took a deep breath, trying to steady an unknown, uneasy feeling inside her. Yes, it appears the toll of all our battles is taking a toll on me. I've been fighting for an extremely long time, but I mustn't let it prevent me from fulfilling our mission. She tried to sound firm, but couldn't fully hide the hint of fragility in her voice. Lida's gaze softened, her grey eyes locking into yours as she let out a faint sigh, a small smile appearing on her lips. Of course, my love. I won't stand against you or our mission, no matter what it takes. We've fought for this journey together, and I won't let myself break my promise now. Trust me, please. She reached out and gently took your hand in hers, giving it a firm and reassuring squeeze. Lida's eyes widened slightly at your words, and she let out a soft sigh, her grip on your hand tightening for a moment. I understand. You have fought so hard for this, and we have all played our parts. I trust you completely to reach the end of this journey, no matter the sacrifice. She paused for a moment, her expression turning more serious. But remember, you must take care of yourself, my love. Your safety is still my primary concern.
I take the deep breath and prepare myself to walk towards the stairs to the fated arena. Now you will wait with me as well, and next time I say, we will see.
Lida nodded, her eyes fixed on you as you prepared yourself. She stood by your side, her expression a mix of determination and worry. I'll be here waiting for you. She paused, giving your hand one last reassuring squeeze. Be careful, my love. And remember, come back to me, all right?
You are standing against me.
Lida's heart ached as she stood before you, the love she held for you clashing with her loyalty to the mission. My love. She trailed off, her voice quivering with pain and indecision. Her eyes were filled with conflict, torn between her feelings and her duty. Please don't make me do this.
It's not about you. It didn't work. It did not work.
Lida's eyes widened in surprise, her breath catching in her throat. She felt a mix of emotions, relief, disappointment, and most of all, confusion. What do you mean it didn't work? She stepped closer to you, her voice soft and pleading. I don't understand. Please explain it to me. Lida's face darkened with despair, tears welling up in her eyes. I can't fight you. I won't. You mean everything to me. She shook her head vehemently, her words thick with emotion. Please, don't do this to me. Don't make me choose between you and the mission. Lida froze at the sound of your voice, her heart breaking even more. She couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt. Deep down, she knew that you were sacrificing yourself for the sake of a good cause, but she couldn't bring herself to go against her feelings.
I ran past the red sign. It doesn't work. The whole point of the story doesn't work. It's not your fault. I did mistake at some point. The journey is for nothing. The journey was for nothing. It was for nothing.
Lida's expression softens as she hears that. It is true, what you said. She let out a shaky sigh. Yeah, I suppose you're not wrong, Hannes.
I cannot.
Lida softly chuckles, her expression turning to a slight smile. I know, I'm sorry. She pauses for a moment, and her expression turns serious once again. Be careful, all right? Whatever happens, I'm here for you. No matter what. Matter what.
I am attacked by my allies who were supposed to study with me. This was supposed to be different. This.
Lida's expression shifts to one of shock and disbelief as she witnesses your allies attacking you. No, this can't be happening, she whispers to herself. Why are they doing this? She feels her heart shatter as she sees you being hurt by those who were supposed to be on your side.
It's. I did mistake at some point. I don't know what it was. But you are not at fault.
Lida's heart feels heavy with sadness and guilt as she hears your words. No, you didn't make a mistake. It's not your fault. She tries to reassure you, her voice filled with a mix of empathy and regret. Please don't blame yourself.